This is a tale of a very problematic man's life. This man was Henry Frick. He was born on December 19, 1849. He was born in West Overton, Pennsylvania. His parents were farmers. However, Frick escaped sharing the same fate by taking a job working for his more prestigious grandfather. He later attended Otterburn University, located in Westerville, Ohio. At the age of 20, Frick began taking business gambles using loans within the coal industry. Soon, Henry Clay Frick created a name for himself within the coal industry, but the real events that made him infamous in history began with a simple meeting in 1881. It was a cold December day in 1881 when Henry Clay Frick struck a chord with fate on his honeymoon. Frick had married Adelaide Howard Childs Frick, and they traveled to New York for a romantic honeymoon. Upon this honeymoon, Andrew Carnegie and his mother, Margaret Carnegie, invited the newly married couple to lunch.
How do you do on this cold December morning, Mr. Frick?
I'm doing well, but I hope to quickly cut to the chase, as I am a man of business and not small talk.
I am a man of business as well, Mr. Frick. You were invited here to eat lunch, so sit and join us.
As you wish, Mr. Carnegie. Mr. Carnegie, I believed if we joined forces, it would be a wonderful success.
It would be a great thing.
This is a very good thing for Mr. Frick, but Andrew, what will be gained to us?
Mother, we are to gain enough to topple Rockefeller from his throne, and to gain an equipped man to do so. I know Mr. Frick is reckless, but it is what we need to be the most successful.
So the deal is made.
The deal is made.
And so the deal was made, despite the two men having opposite personalities. However, Frick began to push the workers too hard. When business began to slow and new machines had to be purchased, Frick cut the workers' pay. He demanded more work and refused to accept any negotiation for better working conditions. The Amalgamated Association of Iron and Steel Workers began to strike on the Homestead plant. So Frick responded by locking workers out of the factory, but things began to escalate. Frick responded first by building a fence around the plant, but the strike did not end. Carnegie sent Frick a letter stating, "We approve of anything you do." And so Frick hired the Pinkertons. The Pinkertons were a detective agency hired to remove the workers from the plant, but things did not go well. Rocks were thrown, bullets were fired, and lives were lost. Eventually, a week later, the mayor sent the National Guardsmen to restore order.
We have been ordered to disperse this crowd. If you would like to leave unharmed, leave now. We will not disperse. We have the right to be here.
We have been sent here to stop the fighting by the governor.
The bloody strike ended with the loss of 7 Union workers and 3 Pinkertons. America was outraged with Frick. As a result of the Homestead strike, a 25-year-old anarchist named Alexander Berkman shot Frick twice and stabbed him. With the help of Frick's secretary, Berkman was detained. Remarkably, Frick survived the attempted assassination.
Excuse me, is there a reason you're in my office, sir?
My name is Alexander Berkman, and I am here to kill you.
Oh no!
Oh!
Sir, you're bleeding everywhere. What are you doing?
I'm cabling my mother and Carnegie to let them know I was shot twice, but not dangerously.
After the scandal, Frick's selfish behavior caused even more lives to be lost. It began with Frick's membership in the South Fork Fishing and Hunting Club. Frick ordered construction on the dam, which resulted in its breakage.
Why are we stopped? What is the trouble?
The road is too narrow for the carriage, sir.
Well, we will have to perform construction and fix it then. Perhaps we should even add a fishing net to keep in the fish for the club.
After the construction during a summer storm, it became apparent that the dam would not hold. The town was warned, but the warnings were ignored because the town had received the warnings previously, and nothing had occurred. The town continued on with their everyday lives, and the dam broke.
Why are you laughing? We're dying.
It's a reflex.
No one in the South Fork Fishing and Hunting Club was charged with any crime because the dam breaking was seen as an act of God. Henry Frick never admitted to contributing to the damage done to the dam, nor did any of the other club members. However, out of guilt, many of the members donated to the reconstruction of the town. The aftermath of the tragedy was widespread. Newspapers across the nation covered the story. Americans knew the true culprit at hand. The one amazing thing about Henry Frick's life was that despite all the scandals and disasters he was involved in, he still remained a prominent person within the industry. Frick and Carnegie did part ways after an argument over pricing, but he became the director of U.S. Steel after J.P. Morgan purchased the company. He continued his career until his death caused by a heart attack in 1919. In his death, his house, filled with elaborate art collection, was donated to the city known as the Frick Collection.